and so many other human rights activists just disappear, as you all know, throughout China. So we're very concerned. What does it mean to be in a safe place in China where you could study at university? I'm not sure what that means. So, and I hope there's not a naivete here about, what kind of ironclad guarantees have been given this man? And again, if the other AP story is right, France's Chinese activists pressured into deal, that raises huge questions. And I do hope there was not an artificial deadline with the summit about to occur. And it's an important summit, but human rights ought to trump, particularly for a man who has put his life and his family's lives at risk to promote protection of fundamental human rights. I saw in one press story, which I found very disconcerting, one of the people traveling with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton called this an irritant. This is not an irritant. This is what the United States of America ought to be doing to protect fundamental human rights, especially when you have a man of the caliber of Chen Guangcheng.
Thank you. I want to give you a brief recount of what I have involved with this in the past 12 hours. And I learned that Chen might be walking out of the U.S. Embassy imminently about about some 20 hours ago. And this morning around 8 o'clock, I got a phone call from Assistant Secretary Mike Posner from Beijing, and he said he's traveled with Secretary Clinton and accompanied with Mr. Chen Guangcheng and his family members in the hospital today. And so he said the U.S. will try every way to work with other international partners to ensure Mr. Chen's safety and the agreement reached by the U.S. and China. And the U.S. delegation was led by Assistant Secretary Kurt Campbell, and he said the story is not over, and he said he has appointment to meet with Chen tomorrow, and then in the morning the State Department called for internal NGO leaders briefing, and I was told we can share some of the points with the media. And basically, the meeting was chaired by Samantha Power, the President Obama's human rights aide in the White House, and joined by Mr. Posner and the White House legal counsel, Harold. And I think there is another individual, maybe Ambassador Gary Locke. I forgot whether he was exactly, but there's a third person. Anyway, I was told the U.S. and China's negotiation for Chen's destination since in the past 4 days has reached to about 4 points of agreement. Number one, the U.S. and China will issue a joint communique, basically on the Chen issue. Number two is China agrees to have a family reunification for Chen and his 2 children and his wife in the Chinese hospital. Number three is this Chinese central government has agreed to hear Chen's mistreatment or Chen's treatment in his village. Number four is the U.S. agrees to, China agreed to find a relocation for Chen, and to study law in a list of universities he can choose. And so Chen was said to be guaranteed he won't be forced to return to his Shandong village. And ladies and gentlemen, based on what the latest development, I think this joint agreement reached by the U.S. And China has been should be declared null and void, and because China basically already violated, by threatening Mr. Chen and with the life threat to his wife, and his wife said right after Chen escaped, right after the guards found Mr. Chen escaped on April 27th, she was immediately arrested and detained in a military in a criminal police facility for interrogation. And before she left, her child and her mother were surrounded by a number of government hired thugs, and with big stakes in their hands. And so she basically now telling at least 3 of the friends that I have been in contact that they are right now in grave danger. And the best solution, I agree with the Human Rights Watch, who just released a statement basically to ask the U.S. Embassy to send a staff or official to go to the hospital with at least together to verify Mr. Chen's true wishes. And the Chinese government should, if the agreement, let me put this way, the Chen Guangcheng should be allowed to face the media and to express his wish in a safe environment. And the best location, of course, is in a U.S. Diplomatic facility. And number 3, I think the Chen's family and Chen himself should be brought back by Secretary Clinton, and we think Secretary Clinton in the next few days when she's doing the dialogue and staying in Beijing should go to meet with Mr. Chen and to hear with Mr. Chen and his family directly instead of only one phone call. So that's all for now, what I can say. But any questions? Yeah. Congressman Smith.
Under duress to stay in China, and if the Associated Press report is accurate, that's exactly what happened. There needs to be a reevaluation by the U.S. government, and not just, say vaguely that we'll monitor this somehow, which we have no way of doing, frankly, on a day-to-day basis. So, and again, and I ask the press, please remember others like Chen Guangcheng, who the nephew,
his nephew, Chen Guangcheng,
and people who helped them, who bring wrong. There's a great deal of concern about her safety, her welfare, and whereabouts.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you, Congressman Smith. Any more questions?
Mr. Bruce, sorry, it's Paul Adams at the BBC again. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, notwithstanding what the Congressman was just saying, we want to get to the bottom of exactly what threats have been issued, because there is agreement between the AP story and the State Department that his family that he was told, or the message was relayed to him, that his family would be sent back to their hometown and there would be no reunification. I think everyone agrees that that threat, if you like, was made. But there is no agreement on whether there was a physical threat. The AP story says that he said he heard the death threat from an American official. Now, the State Department says that there was no such threat made to an American official or made by an American official to Mr. Chen. This remains very unclear.